hashtag for the culture, by the culture.
But yes, exactly.
Yes.
First episode in that.
Episode 1,
Jeez.
guys. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm Lena Ben.
I'm Pierre Jermaine.
And I'm Rockwell.
So what we're going to do today and every other day, we're going to be speaking about different topics. We picked them from whoever suggested on Instagram. So we put them in a little piece of paper and we're just going to pick one randomly, and then from there we're going to just have our debates.
Yeah.
But to make it more interesting, we've decided to play a game called the yes or no game. So the point of the game, the rules are you're not allowed to say yes, no, yeah, nah. Not even in Spanish, Arabic, any language,
No.
right? No. So
Starting from not now though, obviously.
no, we'll say no.
Okay.
Yeah? So that's good.
Alright,
So if you say any of those words, you have to either take a shot or do a dare, and we'll just figure out as we go.
Okay.
Well, the game starts now.
Cool.
Cool? You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Tried to trick you.
You did.
Should I just, you pick one?
This one says, Torey Lanez.
Torey Lanez.
Torey Lanez and Meg the Stallion.
That's a good one because that's actually the one I wanted to actually speak on first.
Great. So, there's so many things we can say about Torey Lanez. So for those that don't know, it's been rumoured that Torey Lanez shot Meg the Stallion.
Oh, well, not rumoured anymore.
It's not rumoured
she
anymore,
actually.
she confirmed.
Well, she said it, but
yeah.
then obviously it's he said, she said kind of thing.
Well, she's literally been,
I believe her.
She's literally been on the ground and said, yeah, you did it.
I actually believe her, but the only thing is people are saying that she's lying, etc., or that she's a snitch.
I mean, why would she snitch about a situation like that? Like, who's gonna shoot you in the foot and then you're gonna make up a story and say it's a certain person?
I agree with
That's crazy.
I completely agree with you. I believe what she said. She said that she didn't want to snitch on him to the police because she was saying, you know, there's a gun there, that they're black and in America and the police officers have guns, so she was so scared that she didn't want them to shoot them. So
She protected him for quite a while as well, so
Right.
I can't see the snitch angle.
right.
You know what's mad about all this, yeah?
Mm.
What I think sometimes, and this might sound a bit crazy, but you know, new artists and stuff, like there's always some kind of speculation, there's always something around them when they're coming up. There's this story that comes out to kind of get people
Who's
talking.
there?
Like, who knows if this was actually something that was made up? That it sounds crazy, yeah? Like Jay-Z, yeah, Jay-Z's big in the game, obviously, but Rihanna and Chris Brown situation, we all know that happened. We saw pictures. We saw we saw the
bruises
damage and the
and all that
bruises,
kind of
everything. Have we seen pictures of her foot?
Yes. Ooh.
The other night, right? She put it
Bang, sorry.
on Instagram.
Oh, she put it up.
Oh,
Do you know what,
Yeah.
P, you're taking one too, you know. You said yeah 3 times, so
When you
well,
say
you know what?
pause on the game.
Carl, by the way, is our referee.
Right.
He's doing a poor job at the moment.
No, because I left it.
me
You
too,
thought we're
me
getting
too,
into.
because when you're speaking, you're like, yeah, and Jay-Z, yeah. So you said that like a million times, but I didn't want to cut
But I
your
take it once.
one.
So that's 2 shots.
You can have a bigger one. You can do vodka.
Do I take it once?
You take a big one. Actually, I want to do this one because
This is going to be
Inequality.
tricky. I don't think we're even going to get to the
end of the
to the
conversation.
actual fight. It's just going to be slurring and just saying yeah.
we're
for the
like fighting,
politics.
but no, I don't think so.
Alright, cool.
Hold on, wait for me. Wait for me. We paused the game for that, right?
And this is not any light kind of drink. This is straight Russian vodka, you know.
Russian water.
Wait, sorry?
Russian water.
No, I'm just looking at your shot.
Okay, I can't mix it.
Alright, that's
Should I
fine.
mix it? Oh,
I'll leave you. No, I'll give you 2.
in the eyes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just.
Nice.
Cool. Alright, let's get back. Sorry about that.
So,
He was saying, have you seen any pictures? I definitely have seen a picture.
Oh, you see the
perfect,
picture?
yeah.
Oh, perfect. We don't see the show. We don't see the bullet hole. Never mind. We don't see the bullet hole or anything.
Who said what?
He keeps on saying it. So I think you should just hold the bottle. And
I'll take a little one.
right. Well, he takes a shot. So yeah, she.
See, I can't even pour it in now. So much of me.
the baby shower.
Cool.
So she posted a picture of the stitching on her foot. So that's the only thing that we've seen. But I really wanted to say something about the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna thing, because you said, you know, you didn't mean it about them, but you said whenever someone's on the come up, there's always a situation that comes out. The thing with Chris Brown, I think that really ruined his life, because I think Chris Brown is such a sick artist. He's a great dancer, he's a great singer, he's a great performer, he's everything. But I think he's very underrated, and I think that's because of the whole situation that's happened with Rihanna, and that's completely ruined his career.
There's definitely a cap on his career because of that situation.
You reckon? I mean, he's kind of done quite well since then, no?
He still has,
Because
but
I
if
didn't
he
expect him
hadn't,
to do that well after that. I thought it was over for him, to be honest. After
I don't
the
think it is. I think I believe that he can, even now, I think that he should be bigger than what he is. Like the amount of number ones he's had, the amount of all of these things, but he's not being recognized. Nothing is being done.
yeah, his work ethic is crazy.
He's the closest thing to Michael Jackson we've got, I think.
Exactly.
Really and truly. Speaking of which, did you see Boosie? Speaking about that when they asked him who's the top artist of all time, and he goes, R. Kelly. Right? It just makes you think though, like to his generation, that is like no one was big. Like to him, that's bigger than Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder.
Wait, how old is Boosie though?
20, mid-20, let's say.
20.
Oh.
Okay.
I would have thought someone more our age group.
Because for me, Michael was the biggest
Right.
of all time.
Of all time, right? You wouldn't say R. Kelly's bigger than Michael Jackson.
Like, I fucked with R. Kelly, obviously, but in terms of like credibility,
well, credibility is one thing, but the music and the credibility.
Yeah, I hear that.
I used to love R. Kelly, and I still love R. Kelly. But when all these allegations came out, which I 100% believe are true, I decided to start listening to his music. But then, and I love his music.
Okay.
But then someone made a really good comment and said, you know, you have to separate his personal life or whatever he's done and with his music. The music is already done, and you know, like you can still.
I think so too, but this is difficult though, because you don't want to support a paedophile, and you don't want to support someone who's done madness. You know what I'm saying?
But as an artist, doesn't your personal life affect your music? Like, so you talk from experience within your music.
Well, yeah. What do you think? Pushing on, putting on your own booty and all that stuff was about.
Like, who's that about? What's he talking about? Where did that influence come from?
Well, yeah, like literally, even in his thing, he talks about it. He has girls in the studio. That's where he gets inspiration from. But we bought into all that, but we like the music.
Because we didn't know what he was talking about.
Yes, we did. We put like songs like Bump and Grind and you know what I'm saying?
You did?
I did.
I was trying to trick you there.
But that's all coming back from like, alright, cool. So cancel culture with Chris Brown, yeah, and the situation which happened to him, he still came back from that whole stuff with Rihanna. Torey Lanez now.
The thing is,
there's no coming back from that man.
You think so?
Why not?
No coming back.
Why not?
If he doesn't go
Why
jail,
not?
why does he have a chance?
Exactly.
If he doesn't go jail, which I can't see why he wouldn't go to jail. You shot someone in the foot.
I have a question.
Twice. Not once. Like, okay, it was by accident.
And that was
I draw the gun.
seen each other, right?
I don't know if they were seeing each other.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Shot time. He said yes.
I mean, that both of you got to catch
This
up.
is,
Like.
you know, my first ever podcast, yeah. This is the hardest of all. Like, I beg Lippy or any of these guys to come and do this one. They would.
That's how we can get that set up.
I'll share it with you.
No, share this one, please.
And you have to do one as well if we're going to do it, because I'm doing it out of sympathy. Yes, I said what I said. Sorry.
Oh, is it me as well? Okay.
You know. Cheers.
Cheers.
Are we allowed to swear? Ideally not, maybe? Or...
I feel like I should swear.
If you need to.
Because it's just natural. I want to keep it 100.
Keep it 100, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The culture.
Cheers.
For the culture, by the culture.
I think every time we say yes or no, I think the crew should take one as well.
Right?
Driving. Driving.
So am I. Right, so I don't know where we stopped, but I believe that we should move on to another topic.
Okay.
Alright. Fake mixing.
Yeah.
You pick one.
Okay.
Next topic.
Oh, this is an interesting one. So, real music versus manufactured music.
Right.
Oh.
So for those that don't know, these two gents here are in the music industry. So I don't know if you want to elaborate or.
Yeah, well, I'm a producer and it's artist, general creator.
Trendsetter, 17 years. Music crew, that's the label.
Money.
Ask me no questions, and I tell no lies to you.
Music.
Must be the music.
That's a good question.
First, because I'm not in the music industry, what can you explain to us what it means? What the topic means? Manufacturing versus
right.
real music.
I guess what that person means, who actually that's Daystar. Shout out to Daystar for that question. Is I guess pop versus real.
Is it pop though? But pop is an interesting one because we could say now that Skepta is a pop artist.
Yes.
But he is still real to his genre and what he does.
Yes. That's a whole big question. Pop.
1 second. Okay, forget the yes game right now because you guys have said yes a million times. But question, you definitely
Yeah,
just
you
did.
did.
Did I?
Three times and
So
yes,
we
and
should just have
twice.
them lined up. We'll do that next time.
So let's cancel the yes or no game, yeah?
No. Well, yes. we'll do that in a minute. No, hold on a minute. You said Skepta is pop music.
Pop.
Skepta is considered a pop. He's popular.
By
At this
who?
point, he's a pop artist.
His music is popular. He's a pop artist.
No, in that case it will be commercial music and not pop. Pop will be someone. So correct me if I'm wrong, but pop music would be Britney Spears. It will be these young
Well,
girls.
that's what it used to be, but it's changed. Do you know what I mean? Like the scope of what pop music is has changed over the years. And really and truly, the definition is just what is popular. That's what pop means. It's just like, so if you're
charting,
if you're charting.
Well, shouldn't that be called commercial music? Isn't that what commercial music used to be?
Commercial music, in its sense, is okay, cool. I make commercial music for radio, but once it becomes popular to the masses, then you're a pop artist now.
Yes, that's it.
No matter what genre, because we're not saying pop music is a genre.
Okay.
Pop music is what's popular.
Right.
That's a good way to explain it. So you could be commercial and pop, or you could be underground and still pop. You could make underground music and still be pop, if that makes sense.
Okay. Understood. Right. Sorry. Continue again.
I from speaking from experience,
Can you explain to everyone more?
so I used to be in a collective, I would like to say.
Last night, yeah. I hope you had fun last night. I hope you had
But I ain't tryna catch no feelings, I just wanna get you high like the ceiling is. I can see it in your eyes that you're getting mesmerized by the minute. Wait a minute.
Black roses in my garden.
A lot of people would say it was a boy band. Yeah, that's cool, whatever. Like, shout out to you guys. But in terms of manufactured, that we met each other before the record deal. And then obviously once we got signed and everything else, then we started making commercial music in terms of what was meant to be popular. But it did seem kind of manufactured because we're now making music, which is we're trying to make music to sell. So yeah, manufactured. But I mean, like, isn't everyone in this day and age kind of doing or making music that they seem that okay, this is gonna sell, this is gonna get streams, this is gonna do this, and it doesn't matter what genre it is. It could be drill, it could be R&B, or it could be whatever. Like, so it's a thin line between saying something's popular and not. So manufactured now.
What was the question again?
Right.
What's the difference between real music
and manufactured? Okay, I get it now.
Still. Yeah.
So like manufactured to me is like when a record label has an idea of a sound, or they know exactly what's going to sell, and then they'll draw in an artist and say, okay, look, make this sound, do this, like write this kind of concept, and that's it. That's manufactured to me. You know what I mean?
Right, that makes sense now.
A lot more straightforward, I think, in that sense. Because then manufactured versus real. Real is an artist who's just.
What's personal? Like Adele, that's real music because that's real experiences. That's like we know that she's gone through that, and now she's sung about this.
So I have a question, which is going to link to another topic, because I know what the topics are since I wrote it in a piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about Adele and her own lyrics and whatever, it's real music. So at the moment, there's a very popular song called What? By Cardi B and Stallion.
Which stands for?
I don't know who wants to say what it stands for.
Yeah, I don't even know what the abbreviation for that is.
Really?
It stands for Wet Ass Kitty.
It stands for worship and praise.
Well,
Yeah, that one, man.
Amen.
Sunday school.
You know what?
That's the song you play on the Sundays.
Yes, man.
I saw something online, and then so a girl was saying that her dad asked her what does what mean, and she said to him that it meant waffle and pancake. So then he wrote on his status on Facebook, and he wrote having what with my kids for breakfast.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so so my question is, because I wanted to link it together, right? So if Adele is writing about real things and it's whatever real songs from her soul and real life stories, so I don't know, you haven't really heard the song properly, so I don't know if you want to pull up the lyrics and see what it says.
I need to hear the explicit version, yeah.
Right.
Let's play that. Can you play that real quick?
I think we should. And then go from there, pause.
Yeah, let's have a little break.
I can have a cigarette.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think she's sexy.
That's a lot of detail. But I mean, like honestly.
Oh, I think we need to switch up the AC.
Yeah, I grew up on obviously Biggie and Pop, and then obviously Little Kim. So I'm kind of like used to
However,
those lyrics.
Sorry to cut you off. I just want to remind everybody that we're back playing the game. Yes, no, yeah, nah. I've now prepared the glasses. I've filled them up to the top, almost. Right, so that we don't have no more excuses and we're back in the game.
So that's a whole shot.
That's half.
That's a half. That's a sip.
It's a kind of sip situation because we don't want to be here like.
Because we won't have a podcast by the end of this.
You're correct.
Cool.
Right, so you were saying you grew up with Lil Kim and Biggie and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I ain't gonna say yeah already.
Yeah.
Cheers. For the culture.
Feel bad cutting the cast now.
Tiny sips.
Right. However, notice I don't want to say those words. We can't be getting way too drunk. We still want to be talking.
Yeah.
Right?
So
it's wavy.
It's wavy. Alright, so what's the issue right now with what's going on with these lyrics? Because what? Because they're female and they're talking all this explicitness.
In my opinion, I believe it's because they're women.
Yeah.
And it's speaking about very vulgar things. I didn't even say anything.
Thank you.
The referee is not really doing his job.
I'll point there to be like.
Right. Apologies on the ums. It's because I'm trying not to say those words. So I believe that it's because they're women, and I actually genuinely believe that they're women. It's very explicit, but I really like what they're saying because I think they're very creative with the way that they're saying these things. It's like they're I mean, everyone has sex. Come on, you know, it's only a normal thing. But I guess everyone's really like I don't see why it should be a taboo subject. You should just like claim your sexuality, like own it. So these things really happen. So.
My opinion is, alright. So, I've got younger sisters who are who are very young, and I feel that Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, predominantly their fan base are young women.
Question: how old is she? Because your sister. I know one of your sisters, you said, well, your sister.
She's 18.
There you go, she's an adult.
She's an adult now. She's an adult. say for instance,
reluctantly.
she's an adult. But say for instance, she's like a 16-year-old, which I feel that most of their fan base is from probably the age of like 11 upwards. So what are we saying for those?
I don't think so. I actually don't think so.
So you don't think kids in school, when you was in school?
Right, so I can actually relate to that. So
Yeah.
if you listen to the Spice Girls, you'll notice that lyrics are quite rude. There's a song called "To Become One." What does "To Become One" mean?
Okay, but how did they say it?
To become one.
When to become one.
I
Yeah.
need some love like I never needed love.
Okay,
before.
now say one of these lyrics.
Love to you, baby.
Okay, now say one of these lyrics. Comparison to that.
Can you pull up the lyrics?
Yeah. Say that. Now say just the first line from the.
I understand, but nowadays it's a different thing. You speak different. It's a different generation.
As an adult.
I want to zig a zig. It was just.
Yeah.
You
As an adult, cool, I get it.
So, there you go. See, like the whole that's my only thing with it is it's adult music. So like we just get access to it. And yeah, you're right. I don't know about what age. Any kids can see something with like the internet and social media.
Correct.
So what's that doing to?
Correct.
How is that sexualizing?
I do not believe it's really sexualizing because there is a clean version and a dirty version. And going back to what I was saying about the Spice Girls, I didn't understand what they were talking about. I was just singing the lyrics. Fair enough. I know someone.
But there's a difference between these lyrics.
You're right.
And see, that's the thing. The Spice Girls, the way they wrote that, it wasn't so obvious.
Okay, so do you remember Flow Rider?
Yeah, Flow Rider.
And there was a song in it when you spin my head right round, when you go down, right? And my friend's little niece used to sing the lyrics, and we all know what he meant by it. It was something quite rude.
Do you know what? I never really got context, you know?
You didn't, and it's the same with kids. They shouldn't be listening to it, but they won't understand what it means.
When I was young, there was a song called.
That's an old pop tune that he.
I know you're saying from this.
That's what I was thinking about. I was already thinking that's what he was saying like that.
My earliest memory of explicit song was I wanna hear you say ooh when I hit that G spot, baby. I used to sing that all the time.
That's as well. Shout out Wayne Marshall.
Hey.
My mum used to always be like, don't sing that. But I never understood. But he's just saying like moan and groan noises. Yeah?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But this is different now. This is detail.
This is detail.
So what's the it's very graphic. So it's borderline pornography. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Correct.
So you didn't go that way with the video, that was funny. I think the video was quite arty.
You do you see little things like the fountain with the boobs and the water coming out and the bum moving. That's about it.
Yeah, but it wasn't really that crazy.
It wasn't. I agree with you. And also, this is definitely going to be for 18. You know when you buy, I remember 50 cents. I remember my mom, I had to make her go buy me the album because I was 16 years old, and for Get Rich or Die Trying was 18, right? But it was 18. You have to be 18 to buy the album because what he spoke about was quite rude. So this is the same thing. I don't see what's different about it.
Okay, so can I say something then? And this goes to the topic of Onlyfans. Right?
Oh, but that's another topic, guys. We wrote that there, so
another
we know.
topic, yeah, but I'm gonna bring this up. So this is where I feel Onlyfans.
Did someone say?
Yeah, someone said yeah.
Did I say yeah?
I pointed.
Listen, I'm the worst at
You
this
know
game.
your, what's it called, the meter?
Yeah, my meter's getting to
You're
the
up there.
surface.
You faked that.
No, honestly, I drank that. So I even forgot about
OnlyFans.
So OnlyFans, right? I feel that why OnlyFans is a good thing is because it has this age restriction to what kids can access.
How do you know this?
Because I don't know. I don't have a cat.
When you're about to say.
I don't have
when you go and sign up.
But from people that I know
Right.
who have signed up, have told me that there is an age restriction, and I feel that these kind of artists and this kind of music needs to have that restriction. It needs to have that, so that their audience, their target audience, is kind of limited. because we all know that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they reach out to young kids. Their target audience is young kids. It's not big grown people that's buying their music.
But then you know what?
That's my only issue
On
with
the flip side, like this generation, like the younger kids nowadays, they're not like how we were at 15, 16.
They're starting young.
That is probably how they talk at 15, 16. So
In
that's
school. In school, I was active like that. I was active from a young age. I was active in that point of thinking, listening to like I said, when I hit your G spot. When I got to that 15, I understood what that meant. But I mean, come on, man.
So
what you saying?
There were songs before when my neck, my crack.
Oh,
my neck, my back. You said it. Right, so what's
and Lil' Kim.
Lil'
To be honest, I think this is like a Lil' Kim movie. This is kind of like a Lil' Kim.
I think it's because we have social media and it's made more available and people are so bored and love trolling. I think that's why now they've magnified the song, and the lyrics.
Back in the day, we didn't have internet, so we had MTV, and then MTV would have, say, after 9 o'clock, they had a certain category of music that they would play, because they knew that after 9 o'clock, kids were sent to bed at a certain time, and they wouldn't have access to this material.
With the internet, how are we going to control that now?
How?
Everyone's got
Through OnlyFans. So this is why I'm kind of for OnlyFans.
Oh, so you're saying those videos should just go on OnlyFans?
There we go.
But
This kind of music is kind of...
OnlyFans, you have to pay to go on that. So then you want us to pay for... I have Tidal.
Yeah.
So I have to pay for Tidal.
Yeah.
Then you want me to pay for OnlyFans so that I'd have to... That's what I'm saying. No, it's a lot going on. But since we're talking about OnlyFans, we know what people do on OnlyFans. Except Cardi. Cardi said that she puts behind the scenes, all this kind of stuff on
I don't
OnlyFans.
know. What happens on OnlyFans?
Well, I watched a documentary of this. This is how I know, right? So I'm sure you know.
How are you sure?
I don't know where you guys are going. I'm shy. But on OnlyFans, besides like the music people with the BTS stuff, what they do is they post sexy pictures or videos, and you have to pay a subscription in order to view these things. And people have been making a lot
of money.
Yes, a lot of money. 100K in a month, 200K. That's good money, and it's very attractive. I can't do that. Like, I actually couldn't. I don't know if you guys would.
I think it's
I've had someone suggest to me.
Okay, did you hear that? Guys make good money on it,
Yeah.
What should I do with it? Yeah. He showed his mum cheeks
And everyone's taking a shot there, everyone. You said
Well, apparently, because you said you'd do it, so for the culture, by the culture. Anyway, so it's really good money, and Black China did a documentary on it. She's gone. I don't even talk about Black China. Anyway, so would you guys date a girl that has an OnlyFans account?
Yes.
Depending on what the material is.
So if the girl's out there showing her titties,
No.
okay, so take a shot. By the culture.
Set me up. Listen, my bar is like, there's no tally that can fit the screen now. It's just one.
That was a good one.
Would you date someone that has? Does it depend? I mean,
I shouldn't be talking about this, but I went through some madness.
I want to hear all about this, please.
We're pouring the tea right now.
I went through some madness.
Spill it, bro.
So this chick can't see it. She's saying the mic, can't see it. So this chick can't see it. Started OnlyFans.
So you were dating first, and then she started an OnlyFans, or she had
She
it.
might have had one before.
Right.
Because she had said she had a booty page before. I was asking questions. I didn't go into it.
Question: How long were you guys seeing each other for?
We have to make like.
Well, kind of, because it does make a difference. You need to know how long you've been with this girl, and
what
also
I
how you met.
it was it wasn't that deep. So it wasn't that deep. So it wasn't like some bad relationship. But Do you know what I mean? We were seeing each other.
Or
A couple months, a few months.
okay, still counts. Okay.
And she sets up her Onlyfans page. Like,
How did you find out?
how did I find out? I don't think I'm going to say that on.
Really?
We'll get it right. Oh! Oh, okay.
But she kind of been hinting at it
That she had
for a minute
something.
and trying to get me kind of involved, I guess. When I think back on it now, that's what certain things she was saying to me. But, you know what I mean? So that was enough.
That you didn't take it into
Yeah, I
deep
didn't really
and
take
then
it into deep.
okay.
So, and then she just started avoiding me.
I'm so sorry, but because you don't want to tell us how you found out, we're finding this really difficult. Well, I am at least.
Why? What difference does that make?
Did someone tell you?
What difference does it make?
Because it makes a difference to the story. If someone tells you, and if she tells you, or if you found out there's a big difference, if someone tells you, it's more like, like I feel like a dickhead. Someone's now come to
Oh,
me.
no, that's even worse. No,
Right?
no one told me like that.
Okay. So it's either she told
I had
you or
someone
you-
suggest to me.
I know what he did.
What did he do?
He went through her stuff and he found it.
What you mean?
Oh, he was on the actual OnlyFans and
Even better. Maybe that's what he did.
Listen, that's for you guys to work out.
Okay,
Well,
we'll find out. We'll
yeah,
do our
but
own
yeah, as soon as I
research.
found out, it was like, yeah.
Do you think
Is it
that
a lot of-
coronavirus has actually brought out a lot of OnlyFans?
Yes, 1,000%.
100%.
Because, you know,
they had
work
nothing
has been a bit scarce and no one obviously is making bread. So this new kind
You know
of
what?
hustles come out.
Listen, the whole COVID thing was the perfect time for OnlyFans because everyone's at home,
Boom.
ain't got nothing to do. Everyone's on Instagram, like, everything on Instagram. So I think a lot
That's
of people
true.
made a lot of money over there.
Everyone's
100.
lonely.
100. Someone even suggested me, someone said to me that, yo, you should make an OnlyFans page. When I didn't know about
I'm
it.
looking to set one up. Listen, we could talk about this after, you know, because I'm serious. No, I ain't gonna do nothing on it. But, you know what I'm saying?
When someone suggested to me, I'm not gonna lie, I did not know what it was. So and then the way they proposed it to me was, look, you can make money off this app or this website or whatever, but all you need to do is like just take pictures of your feet and that.
To be fair, I would do that. I would
Because
do
people will
that. I would
There's
do
a whole
that.
market for that.
There's a whole market, it's a niche.
Yeah.
And apparently I've got nice feet, so I should do it.
Show us your toes.
I'm not gonna show you toes on Lands.
Rockwell's gonna take a shot, by the way. A slick
Oh,
yeah, popped
man,
out
I
there.
Hey, catching up with
I
us.
don't get away with it. About a minute.
That was
But-
such a fake tip, but go ahead.
But
Hey, look at my glass of you.
Oh, you said it more often.
honestly, like, I feel like the OnlyFans thing is a good thing in terms of the music industry and artistry.
Yes.
And I feel like the direction for artists to get paid and to have a real fan base.
Yeah, but the problem though is people only go there to check for.
But I feel like it can transform to real fans.
I
You know what
agree
mean?
with that.
So if
Because
you're my fan and
Yeah.
you support me and you
Yeah,
support
yeah.
my music,
Some people have done it. The Dream set one up.
there you go.
And who else? A couple of other people.
Cardi B, she's the
Boosie just set one
BTS.
up off of the back of his online stuff.
If I was in their position, I swear I'll do the same because it makes sense. If I've got this kind of platform and alright, I'm putting all this content on Instagram
It really
and
should be for. That's what it really should be for. Right?
really and truly, that's what it
It
should
is
be.
called OnlyFans.
So it makes sense. Like if you support me and you're my real fan, subscribe, and I put all my content up on this platform. And this is how this is how you support me. This is how I get paid, and this is how I can continuously give you content.
Makes kind of sense, but to get people to, you even have to be big for that to work. You
Of
have to be big
course.
already for that
Of
to work.
course.
And that brings a question to music in itself. Does music need to be sold well, given the fact that it has to be sexualized, over-sexualized, like the WAP tune?
So what about lyrics like B.I.G. and he's like, make your kidney shift. What does that mean?
Make your kidney shift.
But that is rude too.
No, but it's...
So why is it okay? No one's.
Okay, make your kidney shift. Alright, let me read this. Let me just...
Read the lyrics.
While you're looking it up,
So
Rockwell's gonna
Biggie
take
said,
another
make-
shot for the 4 years that he pulled out.
Who said it?
Rockwell, 4 times.
Did you say it? There you go.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna cut it straight now. I'm waiting for like, you know, nice little middle pieces.
Oh my god.
So Biggie, make your kidney shift.
You're right.
Comparison to, I don't want to spit, I want to go.
Thank you. Case closed. Next.
Shut.
Which is just saying her preferences. But he's saying, he's actually talking about making damage to someone.
He's not saying, I'm gonna enter your pussy and make your kidney shift. He's not saying that. He's not going by this scripted, like linear kind of fashion in describing something.
Okay, can we agree that the way the girls are singing these lyrics, or whatever the lyrics are very creative? Can we agree on that?
I'd say that. There's some bars.
Yes, it is explicit, but
I like
it is.
it. A lot of people don't like the song, but
I think the song is.
It's well endowed. Listen, I don't hate the song. As an adult, I think it's dope. I love it. I love it. I swear, I love it. Like, I'll play it on a night out or whatever, and before anything happens, I'm playing that. It boosts up the energy. Great. But when I think of it in the context of their fan base and who they're appealing to, then it's like, oh, really?
That's the problem.
That's why I'm like, OnlyFans, perfect. Let's set up a kind of platform where it kind of causes a restriction to who's actually who has access.
If Cardi B was watching this right now, she'd be like, yeah, right.
She's gonna hate me. She's gonna hate me. Cardi will hate me.
I'm gonna tell this.
Cool.
I get it.
It's cool, like, you know.
Rockwell, sorry, play catch up again, man. I've been listening carefully. I did say I would.
He's on point.
Right, guys, let's move on to the next topic.
Let's do that.
Social clocks. Social clocks.
What's that?
So this is from someone from Pierre's Instagram who suggested this topic.
Yeah.
I was given an explanation earlier. I don't know if you want to explain it.
So from what I got from it is.
I saw that. Go ahead.
So from what I got from it is social clock being from, like, say, our generation, growing up, our parents, there was a lot of pressure on the social clock of, okay, you need to have this in line by the time you're this age because X, Y, and Z. Whereas this generation, you have a lot of, I don't know, like you have a lot of people that perhaps
Making TikToks
at the age of 30, they don't have kids and
a house,
and they don't have a house, and you know, like so many other things, like, you know, me as well. I don't have no children or whatever, but like my parents, their generation would be like, yo, you're this age, but you don't have a family, you don't have kids, or you don't have X, Y, and Z. Like, what's going on? And I don't feel like that pressure is applied to, you know, the younger generation now, because things are different. And I think that's what the social clock means. Like, is there a social clock anymore?
I don't think.
For women, cool, because women get to a certain age and their body clock, you know, no, like.
However,
Would that be social or physical though?
because obviously someone's not trying not to be offensive, and
I don't want to be offensive.
But nowadays there is science, and I so agree with that. You know, even me growing up thinking that in my 20s I would have been married and would have had kids, because we all grew up watching Disney movies and all this kind of stuff. So you know, you've grown up to believe that by the time you're 20 you would have met your match, you get married, you have to have kids and do all these things, but no, you don't. I'm happy. I am a 32-year-old woman and I am not married, I do not have kids, and I'm kind of happy because I do not want these responsibilities. You know, like, we don't have to be doing these things. It's just the previous generation just had it set in that way. You know, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm happy the way that I am.
Why do you think they didn't have it set in that way? And why do you think that pressure was applied so much?
I mean, I'm not.
Is it because there wasn't no internet and there wasn't this kind of thought of like so many things are possible?
We have more knowledge now, you know, so not everything is about getting married and having kids. We can work, we can go and travel, we can do all these different things. Like, yes, it is the purpose of life, like procreating and getting married and all this kind of stuff, but we don't have to do it ASAP kind of thing. We can take our time, and also, you know, this can go anywhere. But you know, they say that the previous generation, our parents' generation, the baby boomers and whatever, effed up the economy for us and effed up all these things, and that's why we're in this situation, because it is hard for us to get jobs. It is hard for us to get well-paid jobs. It is hard for us to get mortgages and get houses, all this kind of stuff. So we've had it harder for us, but it is not a necessity. I don't know. I know I'm going with this, but
no, I hear you. I just think it's a lot of pressure. The whole term, social clock. It's like
clock.
Yeah.
Why are you rushing me?
Yeah, why are you rushing me?
Who invented this clock?
Yeah, we all have one life. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I do understand, like, from our parents' perspective, in the sense that they just wanted the best for us. They wanted us at a certain stage in life to have certain things. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I do get that, but at the same time, it's a lot of pressure. So
Are you pressured?
I'm not pressured in a minute.
You have
pressure I put on
kids.
myself.
You have kids, so you've already got that. We're in your home, by the way. This is Rockwell's home.
Okay.
And where you at? You've got all these boxes ticked.
I remember being young, and I remember always hearing like, okay, finish school, do this. By this age, you want to at least have, you know, X, Y, Z children. You want to be settled in this way. So by the time you're 30, you have this, that.
X, Y, Z. Oh, Z. I thought you said C, and I was like,
You know, so
I'm not American.
Oh,
I thought you said C.
No, I say Z, you know.
Right.
I've always said that. That is weird.
I say it sometimes too.
What?
I'm joking.
Funny.
I'm joking.
Yeah, so, I don't know, man. Just the whole kind of social clock is a myth now.
Yeah, really.
It's a myth, and I don't feel anyone in this generation or this time, especially, no one really cares about that. No one really thinks about that, and it's just about, you know, making money, being successful, and I feel like that's everyone's goal.
Yeah, do what you want to do when you want to do it. Just be a good person. Don't steal. Don't kill. You know, just whatever.
All three got a drink. Just saying.
Even myself.
Yep, you said it about exactly 45 seconds ago.
Oh, nice.
You as well.
No, me?
Yeah, you too.
Oh my god.
Let's move on to the next topic. I felt like this was a bit,
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Leave it.
You could have argued that.
We didn't really know.
Ooh, this is a good one. Online dating.
Online dating.
Online dating.
Techie subjects.
Yeah, techie.
Right.
Some techie.
Literally.
Mine.
Have you guys ever online dated?
I have, yeah.
You're trying to not make yourself out of it. That's good, we don't.
How about like legit?
Nice little break there. Yeah, I know.
No.
I mean, it's either
What's
those
that mean? What's that
words.
mean? Define it.
So, for instance, it could be. Do you know what? I think we should count Instagram in this as well. So, anything to do with Hinge, Tinder, Grindr,
Bumble.
any of those things, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, just online. Have you met a person online?
And actually do on a date.
Right.
Physical date. I'll come back to you.
Oh, he's watching what he's saying.
Have you?
I actually have twice. The first time shouldn't really count because I was forced into it and I just wanted
Like
to try.
arranged marriage.
Kind of.
By who?
Do you know what? Actually, let me go on to the arranged marriage thing afterwards. But I actually have done this thing recently where I met a guy off an online dating app called Hinge. It's meant to be a better breed of people.
In what sense?
Apparently Tinder is used.
Tinder, basically.
Tinder, yeah.
Glad you picked up.
Tinder is meant to be for. It's meant to be for like hookups and stuff. And obviously, I'm not looking for that. So Hinge is meant to be a better pool of people.
Can I stop you there for quickly though? I know people who actually gotten married
Off Tinder.
off Tinder.
How long ago was that? Though? Was it at the beginning
Yeah.
of Tinder?
That was. That was from like three years ago, maybe.
Right. So I think that's about no.
We're picking up.
I think at the beginning of Tinder, it was more people wanting to date and all that kind of stuff. But I think now, where it's more popular, people are going on Tinder just to hook up, kind of thing. there was a girl, she wasn't my friend, she was someone I know, my friend's friend, and she would go on Tinder and meet all these different guys, and she'd just go on free dinners because either she'll go and meet her date and it'll go well, and then they go on to another date, or she goes, she doesn't like the person, she gets a free dinner. You know, and every time she'll make up a new story.
See, for girls, that's different for girls. The girls can do them things.
Not necessarily.
The audience has a question.
Sure.
Guys to girls, what would you say is easier, dating for a male or dating for a female from online? So like say you've matched someone on Hinge, Tinder, whatever.
So
would you say it's easier for a guy to do that or for a girl to do that?
It's always easier for a girl, man. Always easier. Girls don't even have to like, they just put their pictures up.
Online dating is different though. I agree. I'm quite difficult. In real life I'll speak to whoever. I'm very confident and very social and whatever. However, online, for instance on Hinge, so if someone likes my profile or my picture or whatever, I'm not going to message, I'm going to match with them and then I'll wait for them to speak to me because that's just me. I don't know how online works. I'm old school. I don't really like these things.
So you're not on Tinder, you're not on
I was
Hinge.
or am or was on Hinge.
Are you or not? No, you said it, B.
I met someone off Hinge, right? So I started speaking to this person and I understand that you shouldn't be putting all your eggs in one basket, which I have. And I met this person and we started, well, I made him speak to me, right? And then we met up, which was actually really fine. And I hadn't dated in a very long time, so I have to add that so people understand why I'm a bit weird about it.
You feel safe meeting up with them?
We went to a public place.
Okay.
And it was fine. Like I mean, the guy's quite nice, and we got on. I was really comfortable, and I've seen him like a few times since, and well, it's still ongoing. However, because I'm trying to not say those words, I don't know what your question was, but
my question was, like, are you on it or not? And you basically said you are. Okay, so let's just cut from there.
always.
The real question.
I tried it.
The real question is coming from what you were saying, Rockwell. Like, I feel as well, girls are on that for two reasons. Yeah. For one, they're on it because they're trying to boost their followers. Because what
followers.
Yeah. Because I've been on Hinge. Yeah. I've been on these dating apps, and what I've noticed is that a lot of them are like, okay, here I am, but here's my socials, and then I feel like that builds their socials.
You can link your Instagram now.
You can link your Instagram,
right?
And that's what they do. Like, it builds their socials.
They do it for that.
I think
how what's the word? Is it pretentious?
Pretentious it is, and it is. It's a pretentious platform, yeah. But
It's 2 shots.
But I feel that nowadays the whole dating situation.
Where else are you going to meet people, especially with COVID?
Where are you going to meet people?
Yeah, right.
Exactly. No, it's a good thing. I'm not disputing.
Research is showing that they've actually changed those as well. So Tinder, for example, they've added a new video option.
Yes.
So rather than after you meet the person, after a few pictures and messages, you can actually video online date. The same thing with Hinge. They've done the same thing. You can actually do it from certain hotspots as well. So you can go to local cafes and video date, or you can do it through fields. Depends on your.
No, but it's like video call.
So you wanna, I like you, and then I gotta date you on a virtual.
That's what they've said.
If you respect the law and the pandemic that's going on at the moment, you can't be going to meet a stranger, you know, like you have to social distance or you can't meet each other. So at the beginning, the best, not right now, but at the time, that's why they did that. So what people would do, I've read stories about this, they would go on a date virtually, like not more online, video call, whatever, and then the person would order the dinner, like on Deliveroo, Uber Eats or whatever, and then they would both have the same dinner together on Facebook.
So who pays for the dinner then?
Well, that can be another topic.
We
but
can't split
really
the
and
bill?
truly.
No, why
Well, do you know
can't
what?
that be a topic now? Like, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about.
Who pays for the bill on the first date?
I'm very comfortable paying on the first date. I will pay.
I've gone on dates. I've gone on dates, right? And I've gone on one date before, yeah. And the girl was 45 minutes late. Yeah, exactly. And I was like this close to leaving. I was like, nah, she's taking the piss. Yeah, and I'm waiting at King's Cross for this gal, yeah.
Where you're taking out.
As it gets the shot.
Yo, when I finish your story, I don't even remember what happened.
We're gonna use subtitles.
So I've waited 45 minutes. Yeah.
That's rude.
That's not you.
And she's finally arrived. Because I made it known to her that she's late and I'm pissed off. She was like, look, I'm gonna pay for the meal.
Okay.
But me being me, I don't know about everyone else.
You're a man.
Yeah,
Chivalry.
Yeah, chivalry.
And
That's me.
Okay.
So I'm in my head. I'm thinking, that's nice. At least she's gonna pay for this meal. But when it came to we ate and everything else, I just couldn't. When the wait
time to pay.
Time to pay. I'm like bringing out my cards.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for her to bring out her card, and there's no movement at all. And in my head, I'm like, wait, didn't you say you were gonna pay?
Oh, she said she was gonna pay.
She said she was gonna pay
Because she was 45 minutes late. And bear in mind,
She
he's
said that
always
when
late.
she sat down, or she said that on the way.
She said that on the way to the restaurant
Oh,
because
right.
she was like, I'm sorry, I'm late. I can tell you're pissed. I'm gonna pay.
So imagine if she was 45 minutes late and he's always late. How late was she? So very late.
No, I'm always on time. There's certain things I'm on time. I'm always on time. It doesn't matter. No, it's not certain things. I'm always on time. Don't listen to these guys.
Okay.
Business, money, gal, everything. I'm on time. It doesn't matter. But she didn't even like.
She probably said that just to like make you feel better and expect you to be like, no, babes. Don't worry.
Well, this is the thing. Like,
I'll tell you the story.
So you pulled your card out and
but I still paid.
She never said that.
She didn't even. I didn't want to remind her. I didn't want to.
So,
She was like, the way she was like, on her phone. And I'm like, isn't it? Okay, cool. So I got mugged off. I will admit it. Hey, I got mugged off in that situation.
That's messed up.
So I have a story. Someone told me about this guy who met a girl. I don't know if they met online, and so they were supposed to go for dinner on their first date or whatever. So when the girl went to pick her up, the girl was like on her phone and just he's driving and she's all that snap, not talking to him and all this kind of stuff. They've gone to the restaurant and they've sat down and she's just being rude to like the waiters and like, you know, whatever. Like, just the way that she was, and she's snapping everything. So from that moment, he knew that he didn't want to be with her, right? So he ordered, and he's like, you know what? He already had a plan in his head. He sat there, he blocked her on everything.
Wow.
Snapchat, WhatsApp, whatever app they met on. He ordered loads of food and stuff, right? So he decided he wanted to be a runner. He's like, F this girl, because she was so rude and everything, I'm going to do a runner now. So he's like, listen, I'm going to go to the toilet. So he got up, and she's on her phone, right? And what did he say? I'm going to the toilet. He started walking towards the exit. She's like, oh, the toilet's that way. He's like, ah, right? So he's now gone to the toilet, like his heart's racing. He's like, what the F am I going to do, you know, etc., etc. And so he goes back to the table, and he's on the phone. He's like, oh, I need to take this call. Yeah, wait 1 second. She's like, okay, cool. So he's walked out of the restaurant and he sprinted for his life and got in his car and he just like drove off. And that was it.
And so he left
her there. He left her there with the bill because she was ordering whatever. And he's like, yeah, and get this, whatever. And he knew what he was going to do.
Would it be wrong of him to admit that, look, I'm not going to pay for this because you was like this. This is what you've shown.
I mean, they were both petty. Well, she was rude for being on her phone the whole time. Like, what kind of attitude is that? You're going on the first date. And to him, instead of him like speaking up or saying whatever, communication is key. Instead of him saying, you know, like, why are you on your phone? Like, talk to me, whatever. He decided to be petty.
That's not petty. I've never heard of a guy do that.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that still.
Did he have the money to pay for the date?
Well, probably.
Sure.
But
you wouldn't go on a date otherwise. You know the one.
Fees have got to
like,
yeah.
Lena and Pierre.
Come on, Kiki.
Yeah.
Apparently. Wow. Whoa, double shots. He said the N-words. Being the word that we can't say, not the other word.
Thank God I'm not driving.
Thank God you're not driving.
Don't drink and drive, guys.
So is there
dating.
Yeah, online dating.
That was cool.
It's another.
Oh wait, no, I have something to say about online dating. I was watching a show about, you know, these websites with sugar daddies and sugar babies and stuff. And girls, so I have a friend who's actually done this. She said that she's young and her looks are in a phase, so she wants to use her looks, it should be now. And she went on dates with like sugar daddies, and like they would pay her monthly allowance and all this kind of stuff. So I watched a documentary on it, and
You know this guy?
I actually know a girl that's done it, right? But now there's a documentary that I watched recently, and this was in Australia, and girls had good experience, and another girl had a bad experience. So she went on a first date with a guy, sugar daddy.
Have you been on a date with sugar daddy?
Never. What are you trying to say? And so some women have had good experiences.
I'm trying to test you. And
joking. And another girl had a really bad experience. So she went on a date with a guy, sugar daddy or whatever. It went fine, and they met up for a second date. And the guy picked her up. They're driving. They've gone close to the restaurant, and the guy never stopped off, and they kept on driving. And he knocked the doors, and she's like, "Where are you going?" Long story short, he kidnapped her, kept her in the house, used her as like a sex slave kind of thing. And the girl didn't even go to the police or anything because she was too embarrassed because of the nature of the situation and them meeting off a sugar daddy website. Just wanted to say that. So kids, watch out.
Isn't that also risky in terms of OnlyFans?
I mean, I don't see how it could be risky because you're posting videos and pictures of yourself doing whatever you're doing. You don't have to necessarily be naked, by the way, because...
What, on OnlyFans?
Yeah, but some of these girls must be linking up with people as well.
Some of the OnlyFans accounts, they do offer bundles, quote unquote, and they say about meats included in some of the subscriptions. So you get like different levels of subscriptions, and then like the top tier ones being obviously like hundreds of pounds, or hundreds of dollars.
Okay.
And then people will meet up and share their experience and have a chance to be featured on the OnlyFans.
But also, to take into account, with going back to OnlyFans, the documentary that I think may be the same one that we've seen, but there was girls on there that were underage and sending in their details to apply to be on there. But the way that OnlyFans work is that you send in an ID and they automatically confirm it. So there's actually girls on there at the moment that are underage.
No, that's disgusting.
Why is it?
Because you're underage.
Okay, cool, they're underage.
Yeah, and then there's like these
it's the same underage ones that get influenced by the WAP tune.
And they're all on OnlyFans. Look for real.
It's a mad one. It's a mad one. That's why these days, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say it out now. I try not to have an opinion on anything. Because it's like everything and everything. In the sense of like, look, like, can we control? What can we control? What can we control now? In this day and age? We can't control anything. My kids, I'm gonna have kids.
The internet messing it up.
Maybe you have control, parental control.
Who's control? Are you controlling that?
Well, my cousin used to do that. She had parental control on her internet, and she'll go and check her kids' history.
Yeah, my son can't do all that stuff.
Exactly. To be a parent. You know what I mean?
So while you take another raffle, Pierre and Rockwell,
Yes.
show up.
Yes.
And now Lena. Yes. Just in case.
I'm getting way too comfy. Don't forget, guys, we're still playing the yes and no, nah. Looking at you when I'm saying that. Okay, let's pick a topic. Hopefully we haven't spoken about it already. Oh, we've done this already. It says OnlyFans.
Okay.
Right, next. Vegans. I know who wants to start with this. My best friend, or one of my best friends, in case someone's watching, like who the fuck is that? But one of my best friends is a vegan, and he also has a vegan restaurant called Comptoir V in Kensal Rise, guys. Check it out, it's very good. And you know, before getting to know him as well as I do now, I didn't understand vegans, and I thought it was really difficult and stuff. But if you know what to cook or where to go and eat and stuff, it's actually really not that bad. You can get really good vegan food.
I agree.
But I know that a lot of people have had bad experiences with going on a date with a vegan person.
I've none of that, yeah.
I'm pescatarian. I stopped eating meat and chicken about 11 years ago. A few years before I started as well.
Okay. Any specific reasons or?
Health reasons at first.
Okay.
I was really ill from it, and doctors just weren't helping me. And I started doing research. Did a whole cleanse, like 2 weeks, no food, just like food and water. And we started cutting meat out, and everything just cleared up within a month. So when I saw the effects on myself, like, you know what I mean, I just had to go through with it.
Here's a broader one. Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi. He was actually one of the ones that I saw at that period of time when I was ill. He was one of the ones that I discovered online.
Could you?
And listening to him, he kind of made it make sense to me. I was like, all right.
Could you explain or enlighten us on who
Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi, he was a great man as far as I'm concerned, but he's quite controversial. Some people hate him, and some people call him a charlatan or like, what do you call it? Snake oil salesman.
What is that?
Because he claims to have cured AIDS, cancer, and herpes, many diseases.
Where is he from?
Honduras. He just died recently.
Okay.
And actually,
Apparently he was murdered.
Nipsey Hussle was about to make a film on it.
Yeah.
Right, I've actually heard about that.
I'm not sure if that's still going through. I hope it does, because it needs to be seen.
Well, apparently Nick Cannon has released, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Nick Cannon, that's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
Which could then lead us to Wiley.
Yes.
But go
ahead. My thoughts on the whole veganism is I have a close friend who's a vegan. He's been a vegan for like 3 years now. And not only, what I admire is that he has always been a fitness fanatic. And for someone to be...
What's his name, brother?
Nah, he used to be in a band with me. His name's Cairo.
Shout out to Cairo.
Shout out to Cairo, boom bang. What I admire about his whole journey is that he's always been on this fitness regime, and he obviously transformed from eating meat and keeping, his bulk with eating meats and that, and then going to vegan, and then being vegan and still keeping that bulk.
I was going to say, did he keep the bulk? Did you know there's a difference between when
he still kept the bulk, and if anything, he's more defined in
so
what
he
he does.
probably went to nutrition, he probably knows.
He's deep in nutrition, and I respect that, and I admire it. My problem is I've grew up on eating meat and fish and everything else, and I feel that without meat or without anything, my energy is low, and how am I gonna cope throughout the day and everything else?
These are the things that you do think because we're taught the wrong way about food. So like we're kind of raised with these things in our head.
Could you move them
so in some ways you have to reprogram your mind if you want to take that journey. You know what I mean?
That's exactly.
You definitely have to anyway because
you said it so many times. I didn't want to cut you up. You'll see my facial expression.
I didn't know what that was.
You need to take at least 3. So take half.
That's how you know I was getting into the topic.
No, I feel you. So like with him being a vegan, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm almost on that transition myself. I'm now a pescatarian. I've been a pescatarian for a while. Since my old, so then I've been a pescatarian for like a year and a bit now. And I'm now transforming to, I'm a vegetarian, I would say now, but I'm getting to that vegan stage.
Yeah, it's difficult. That's making that transition is difficult for me, just because of why I was asking about the bulk and all that. Because you have to, if you're going to do vegan, you have to know what you're doing.
As a bodybuilder,
right?
You have to know
in fitness.
Because it's so easy for you to be underneath, to know.
That's so right. I tried it, and so I wanted to try and be vegan for a minute just to see what it was like and do like a cleanse. So I started cutting down. So I decided to be vegan, a vegetarian for a couple of weeks to then move on to trying to be vegan. Being vegetarian is so easy. You know, it's fine. You can. There's loads of things that you can still eat. You know, I love cheese. I can still eat cheese. But when I tried to become vegan, that's where it was more difficult. There are still many dishes that you can eat. But I don't know what happened to me, but my blood pressure was low, and I kept on getting head rushes, and I was just feeling dizzy, and it was just, you know, and I was like, no, I can't be doing this.
I know a few people who actually done that as well, and then made themselves sick because you don't know about nutrition. So you're just jumping into it without understanding what you're doing. So,
was it an imbalance in what you was doing that maybe caused you to feel this way?
I'm not sure, because there are so many dishes, especially where I come from, you know, there are many dishes where there are no meats and or fish or anything like that, and it's a big difference. And I don't know, I don't see where we're wrong. Maybe because my whole entire life I was eating a lot of dairy products, or I don't know what it was, but...
So seeing that veganism is like a big thing now, because I think it's a big topic now. Everyone somehow is like, you don't know who's a vegan and who's not now. There's so many people on it. Obviously the knowledge is widespread. Yeah, there's fashion vegans as well, but the knowledge is so widespread now that everybody can obviously naturally gravitate to that.
I think that was a shock to me as well.
It was also a shock for you as well.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
It was a tough one.
Not for me.
It's a tough one. But like in terms of
Taking a shock.
in terms of being a vegan, the whole attitude towards it is obviously not just okay, I'm trying to be healthy, but it's like, are we meant to slaughter? Are we meant to kill animals for our own pleasure to eat?
Right.
Where we can live and sustain a life,
not only that,
being able to do that.
Not only that, we're not supposed to eat animals.
Says who?
Physiologically, we're not kind of carnivores. They tell us we are. Where's your canines?
So,
Where's your big canines?
right here.
No, they don't have canines. You go see a lion and you see what canines look like.
Of course, but they eat raw meat.
Exactly.
However, in the Bible, in the Quran,
you should be able to eat raw meat.
if you believe in God and you believe in religion,
Right.
it's there for a
If you
purpose.
don't take it to religion, in the beginning you weren't supposed to eat it. In the beginning it says the fruit and the herbs are for your meat. It says that. Take it to Genesis right in the beginning. And it wasn't until later when mankind fell that it was like, all right, yes, you can eat meat, and if you are going to eat meat, eat these types of meat because they're clean for you. So the original thing wasn't to eat meat. It was like, look, our body's made of what, 99 minerals or something, and every mineral that our body's made up of that we need to sustain comes from the earth, like from the ground. If you're eating animals, it's just coming. You're eating secondhand.
But it's there for a
You're
reason.
eating secondhand minerals.
Not necessarily. It's there for a reason, and it's meant to be eaten in moderation.
In desperation.
Moderation.
In desperation.
I guess so. Moderation, desperation, you know. But I guess just once in a while.
That's all, I don't usually get into that argument. I just try to keep it on the.
It's a deep one.
On the physical.
But I get in this argument with my boy all the time, and for some reason, although he says what he says, I can't help but believe what he says is true, because I feel like if as witness, I see him, he's healthy, he's strong, and he lives off everything apart from eating meat, then why do we need to eat meat? Why do we need to kill
something else?
Something to sustain our life?
When what we need is just like plants and like
when you
that
eat,
gives us food.
Okay, sorry to say this, but when you eat, not sorry, but when you eat halal meat, for instance, the way that you bring up I don't know, you raise the cows, I don't know what the word is, but you know, the way that you take care of them and the way that you slaughter them, everything has to be in a way where you take care of the animals and you kill them by the jugulars and they don't really feel anything, you know, and then you just get rid of the blood and all this kind of stuff so that the meat is better for you, and the animal isn't treated in any bad way, even the way that it's kept in the farm or wherever it is, you know. So
alright, can I ask you a question? So if you was a cow, right? Obviously you're not. And you had your
Yeah, there was 2 years.
Who said that? Who said what?
From earlier as well.
well,
Me?
Yeah.
Did I say anything? Really?
Yes, sir. At this point, I don't even know why you're questioning it. For the culture, by the culture.
There we go. So if you was a cow and you had your cattle and everything else, would you want to be slaughtered for the benefit of someone else to eat you, and you've taken your whole life away from growing up and living a life with your cattle?
Have you ever seen the movie? I forgot what it's called. It's a movie by...
Answer my question first.
I'm going to link it to it.
Okay, please.
There's a movie by Seth Rogen. You do know him, right? And they did an animated movie. I forgot what it's called, but it's in a supermarket, and all the animals, all the food is animated, like sausages and stuff, you know.
Oh, I love that film.
What's it called?
That film.
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party. There you go.
Yeah.
Right? So you do see the link in between the link between the...
No.
Yeah.
Drink. The link is, you know, you said, would you want... So they're in the supermarket. They don't know what the afterlife is for them. They just think that this is what they're meant to be. The masters are supposed to come, pick them, and then they go. But then they find out what actually happens, and it's a madness. They get eaten and all this kind of stuff. So animals don't know what's going on.
No.
But he said to me, "Oh, would you want to be slaughtered?"
You're not getting what I'm saying.
Have you ever seen an animal when it's about to be killed?
Yeah.
Like, I've lived in Nigeria. Like, I've
If
seen
you eat
when
halal meat,
when you go get a goat, yeah, and you're about to slaughter the goat.
Apart from halal meat,
about to die.
how do you slaughter in Nigeria?
Halal meat, yeah.
How do you slaughter in Nigeria?
Regardless of how you
There you
slaughter
go.
an animal,
It's fine.
regardless of how you slaughter an animal, yeah. At the end of the day, slaughter is a process of killing something. Okay, it doesn't matter how you kill
Okay,
it.
do you want to take...
I would say on her behalf, though, like in terms of religion, halal, you're right, because yes,
You're blessing me.
That is the way to do it if you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it that way.
Definitely, I agree with that. It's cool, because you're doing it in the most blissful way, yeah? But, I will take the shot, yeah? But what I'm saying is it right to consume meat for your own...
Because he needs to take one.
For your own...
It sure is. It sure is. So you want to leave that...
Do we need to survive?
Okay, how are plants?
That's the question.
What
Do we
about-
need to survive of meat? Yes, plants are living things.
So, yes. I poured some in there.
Oh, thank you.
So to break that, go on, continue.
I just want to say about the animals and the killing. What about the plants? What about the salad that's nicely growing in the ground with the roots under the ground?
You don't kill it. It keeps
Of
growing.
course you do.
It keeps growing.
But you pull it off the ground.
They don't
It's the
have
same
feelings. They
thing.
don't have feelings like
But how-
like animals.
How do you know that?
They're not sentient beings.
They're not sentient beings.
They can't. They haven't got a thought process.
Who said that now? See that?
The audience.
Thought process.
Did you speak to the plants and ask them? Do you know?
They didn't speak to me either. They didn't make a ba, moo, or no other sound.
Do you know what I mean? They're not that level of creature.
I'm just saying. I'm a hypocrite of
You
this.
can eat an animal, a plant, and it still lives.
Yeah.
You just take a piece of corn, it's still there, it can still grow. Do you know what I mean? And you take the seeds and you plant it back, and it grows back again.
I'm a big hypocrite because I'm very confused in this whole thing, okay? I love meat, I love fish, I love all these other things, yeah? But I feel like there's something in me that still feels like it's wrong. Like when I went to St. Lucia, I went to St. Lucia one time, and my grandfather, he was slaughtering his lamb for us to eat. When he was slaughtering it, I saw it with my own eyes. Yeah, I did say yeah. I saw it in my own eyes, and in that moment, I felt so much guilt. I felt so much sadness. I felt so much sorrow for this creature, knowing that I'm going to eat this. And I thought, you know what, this thing could have lived, and it could have had
And then died.
And
nothing would have happened.
It would die a natural cause.
And then
of
what?
Life. And then what? Like us human beings, we would have
Buried it.
decomposed, buried it, and that's it.
No use to it.
He's got a question.
So we should eat human beings. and kill it in a humane way.
That's not the same thing because humans
Why?
are there for different things to do.
And what's the difference between us and human beings?
What's the us? I am a human being.
And what's the difference between us
and animals?
And the animals.
The animals.
That's a slow moment.
I don't know about
What's the difference between us and human beings?
I'm really trying to say, are you an animal?
We're animals. Yeah, this is what I'm
But we're
trying to say.
animals, aren't we? But yeah, there's a question there.
The audience's question. First off, the audience actually had a little thing on. So you're differentiating animals to fish. What's the difference between animals and fish? And then the second comment would actually be the next question would actually be from the audience: is it just a fad? Is it actually like social matters that people decide? You know what, being vegan is probably the better option. Is it the social factor of, do you know what, the whole glam life of, oh yeah, being vegan, it might be better, it might be worse, you know, what would you guys say is the, not best, because no one knows best, but what would you guys say is the more correct path? Do you reckon everyone should go pescatarian, vegan? Do you reckon everyone should stay meat eating, you know?
I do think vegan is the ultimate path. Like for me, it was I worked my way down from meat to chicken, now to fish. I've been on fish for time, because it's hard to move from fish to vegan, but that's the ultimate goal. Because from my research and from my understanding, we were never meant to eat meat. Everything we need comes from the ground. We don't have to kill other animals.
So you don't differentiate between
fish
a living animal in the sea and a living animal.
I think there is a difference, yeah. I mean, the difference between, for me, being pescatarian is more not on the moral side of it, on the health side of it, knowing that fish are cleaner animals and what it does to my system, like when I ingest it. It's a lot cleaner than eating.
So I feel like it's a moral aspect of it. It's like, do you respect life in general? When I was a kid, I was like 7 years old, yeah, and there was a pothole, whatever, full of thousands of ants, right? And I remember this day,
oh my God,
till now, always remember this day. And the evil kid in me, right? For some reason, I had this urge in me to just stamp on all these thousands of ants, and I stood on them, and I just killed loads of ants, and it stuck with me to this day. I don't know why.
Well, they never bit you?
No, they didn't do nothing to me.
There was just what kind of ants was that?
It's just normal ants.
My story went different. My story went different.
Normal road band ants.
Right.
Yeah, on the roads. There's thousands of them, and I was just like, let me just step on them and kill bare of them.
Listen, I was in boarding school, yeah. I had the same story happen to me when I was in boarding school.
Oh, boarding school.
I'm walking up to, we're walking up to, what is it? Like in the evening we used to have like studies or whatever. Like in the dining room, but it's dark. And we walk in, and my hostel was like right at the back of the school. It was just pitch black. We were walking across like trees and whatever, trying to get to the thing. There's all of us walking in line. And I think it was the rainy season in Nigeria. And the rainy season, all the ants and all that come out the ground and all kind of insects. Right? And I swear I just walked just by accident. Yeah?
No.
I walked just by accident and stepped into like the ant mound. There's one of them fire ants. Bro, I had to take my trousers off the waist. Like,
because they were biting you. Because they were biting you. That's a different situation, though.
Shots.
That's because you done that out of.
You went into their home. They felt attacked, so they attacked you.
I wasn't even trying to do that.
That happened to me. We were in Jamaica. We were there to shoot a music video, whatever. And across the road from the supermarket, you can see the sea. And I wanted to go, and it was like the sunset. And I wanted to post on Instagram, you know. And I was playing Bob Marley. I thought this would be sick. The sunset, Bob Marley. As I'm doing that, I felt something like sting me, and it was just. And it turns out that I stepped on a ant's nest, and then it just like biting me and stuff.
Did you kill him?
I was screamed and ran. I definitely didn't.
Okay, so this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is life. Are we trying to make up an excuse for whose life matters more than whose? As human. Yeah, no, exactly. This is what I'm getting to. No. Black lives matter, trust me, because of the situation, yeah? But I'm saying, as animals, insects,
Right.
everything. Life is life.
However,
Why are we as humans, as superiority fucking whatever we are, who are we to say this life matters more than ours?
Would that be down to just sentiency and down to the fact that we are quote unquote top of the food chain?
Correct.
Definitely.
Correct. Because what's the sheep gonna do? Go to work?
But who said we're top of the food chain?
But we are.
Why?
Because the way that we're built, the way that we are, our physical condition, everything.
But the way we're built is that we do not need to kill anything and we can survive on plant-based natural
You saw
resources.
I told you what happened to me when I tried it with natural resources. I had low blood pressure and I was dizzy.
But that's because you never do it the right way, though. I mean, you can't look at that experience and say, right, that's it. You know what I mean? You've got to do it the right way.
Study Dr. Sebi. Study Dr. Sebi. Listen, watch all Nipsey Hussle fucking interviews.
Yes.
And watch all Dr. Sebi stuff and you fucking realise.
Dr. Sebi's the man.
I'm on that
Guys,
journey right now.
Before we start an argument, let's move on to the next topic.
Okay, sorry.
Which I kind of like this. It is
It
love.
was Spanish. Is that Spanish?
It's.
I'm drunk now. So I'm seeing English and Spanish. What's that?
That's just in case.
Mi cosa besatane Antonio.
Okay,
Okay,
so
cool.
yes. That wasn't a yes. That was somebody said yes.
How do you say yes in Spanish?
Love.
Pardon?
How do you say yes in Spanish?
Go on.
It's a trick. Anyway, if you can see this, it says love in this generation. I don't know how.
Is it?
Don't know how this was Spanish. It's because you guys, you UK people, you don't
Is
write
it?
like this.
Is it?
It sure is.
Okay.
You tried it.
So that is?
Loved in this generation.
Okay.
But we kind of spoke on that earlier because I was all talking about the whole Disney thing and like growing up thinking that I'll be married in my 20s and having kids and a house.
Does love exist in this generation?
Love definitely exists. Come on.
I feel like the problem.
What's this generation though? What?
Our generation or the generation after?
Exactly.
Both. I guess both, but we're kind of like 3 generations between the 3 of us. 4. Well, and is it under 5? It's like 5 of us. So maybe we should move on to the next one because.
Let's do that.
But I do want to know if you guys have ever been in love before.
I've definitely.
We're not doing ads. So we're on our last topic now, and the topic is mental health. So we're gonna end this on a depressing note, pun intended.
Yeah.
Shot. I called you already because I knew you were gonna be the one. So we're here to speak about mental health, which is a very important thing to talk about because no one really speaks about this, and everyone goes through. Everyone goes through mental health, and especially now that we're during a pandemic, COVID-19. This is day 123 million. We're still going through it.
Exactly.
I can speak for myself and say that it has been a very difficult time.
Can we ask you your experience on it?
Sure. At the beginning, I found this so difficult. For one, being told that you have to stay home, I think that was really difficult. You can't go to the shop whenever you want to. Like, how are you going to the corner shop and there's like a long queue? And that became the norm, you know? And maybe I'm one of those people that needs a dictator and where it had to be illegal for me to not go out because I'm not going to lie to you, I was still active and I did get stopped 5 times during the lockdown while driving in the streets in the evening.
You got stopped?
I did get stopped.
So what happens when they stop you?
They stop you, the lights and everything, and you know, they ask you what are you doing, where are you going, why are you out, you know, there's always so many things that you can say. Well, you know, I was dropping off food and I'm going home, and oh, it's Ramadan, and you know, we work home the whole day and we just want to go and walk, and so many things, you know.
You're the first person I know who said they got stopped.
5 times, and I've never been stopped any other times, and I drive like a maniac. But I did find it really difficult. Like mentally, it was very challenging. It was hard to stay at home, and there's nothing to do, and you've got all these thoughts, and you're thinking about your future, and did you save? And
How did you cope?
I just was active.
In what sense?
In the sense of I was going out and I was meeting people. Obviously, it sounds worse than what it is. Like I didn't
So
go.
you were
and
going
have
out even
parties.
though you're not. The
I'm not
rules were
supposed to.
you're not supposed to.
right, I'll just go for a drive. You know, I'll go to the shop. I'd go to the park because there's parks that are open late in the evening, and because you're just there at home the whole day, and then you don't waste any energy. And how are you gonna sleep? You know.
I get that. I mean,
it was really difficult. It was.
What about for you, Rox?
To be honest, I'm a bit of not much really changed for me. I can't believe that. And to be honest, it was actually good for me creatively because it just sparked something off the whole lockdown period. It was like I've never been so productive, like within a short space of time. Do you know what I mean? It just kind of sparked my creativity. Just I don't know. It just helped me. Just knowing that you're confined and like rah, this is it. Like what could happen tomorrow? You don't know. Like so, it just made me focus. And I'm always inside anyway. To be honest, I don't really go out that much. I'm always in the studio.
I guess it's different for you because you're here making music and stuff, so it doesn't matter if you're
editing, recording. So.
Whereas the job that I do, which is producing music videos, I need to go out there and be with other people, which we did do, by the way, but not at the beginning. We waited a few weeks, and then certain artists wanted to shoot videos, and so obviously we had to take the appropriate steps, you know, to make sure that everyone's like safe and stuff. So we had like hazmat suits and masks and gloves and all this type of stuff, which was so uncomfortable. And one time we were filming in the streets, and we had someone call the police and complain and snitch on us, and then the police came down and we had no permits, by the way. They didn't care about that.
They shut it down?
They didn't. They just came and they were like, look, obviously you're filming something, you know, we've had some complaints and we know that you guys are taking the correct measures because we're all there in hazmat suits and stuff.
This is something that's interesting to talk about. I know we're talking about mental health, but I want to get on the subject of like actual production itself and you being a producer in the game, a big producer in the game. But like, how deep is it on the real, like, in terms of permission, like, to shoot? Is it like, do police really look at this thing as a big thing, like you need to have permission?
They don't.
To shoot here, to shoot there? They
actually don't. What happens usually is a neighbour or a resident will complain because they have nothing else to do. And so then they'll call the council, and then they'll come into the council will come into the film office, or they'll speak to us, and then if it escalates, it then goes to the police. But usually if there's police around, they don't really care. They just come, they're like, okay, we'll get your filming, like, just get on with it. So we're not doing anything bad, we're not harming anything, but it's times where I understand why you need a permit. There are areas where you're filming it in the States, and then when you go through the film office...
That's different in LA. You can't shoot.
Yeah, in LA there's no way. We filmed in an area, you're paying for the location, but you still have to get a permit.
Yeah.
But here there's this one time where I understood where you had to get a permit because the money goes to the residents and it helps with like the plants and all this kind of stuff. But in other ways, like, it doesn't really matter.
Lockdown for me, I'm with you with this because, you know, I live in Kent. This is a very quiet place. And there was a part of lockdown that I was in London and I felt the effects to an extent. And I don't feel like in London, I felt like lockdown had more of an impact than it did anywhere else. I feel like in Kent it wasn't so restricted. I feel like you could go out, you could do things. Alright, cool, you know, bars or clubs or, you know, local things.
They were still open?
They were still open. No, there was a lot of places that were closed, but there was like shops that were open and everything else. And you could still maneuver and do what you had to do. But in London, it was like, there was queues, as you said, there was queues to meters and
what the heck was that? Like the toilet paper and there's no toilet, like what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't
it's a
get that.
pandemic, and the
I
first
didn't
thing
get
you're
that.
going to do is getting toilet paper.
I didn't get that. I didn't understand that, and I felt like that was a mad thing. Like what? So you're cackering, you're pooing bare times that you need toilet paper, like without food, without all the other essentials. That was a bit mad.
No, the food thing got serious though in the beginning.
The pasta, it was pasta and rice.
It was pasta, yeah.
It was like shells.
No, and
It got
vegetables.
serious in the beginning. I was like, nah, yeah, whatever.
That was true.
Then when it got
That was true.
I was like, I need to go shop.
You know what? The shot thing, yeah. I don't know, you know. I'm the worst, obviously. I just keep saying yes. I keep saying no. There's loads of times where I was saying yes or I was saying no, and no one noticed. And I like that, because if everyone noticed every time I said yes or no, I'll probably be on the floor or sleeping by the end of the whole podcast. So yeah, that was a good one still.
I think the podcast was actually quite fun. Like watching it back, it's funny how at the beginning, you know, we're kind of civilized and shy, and then as we had more shots, it just made it hilarious. That was so funny. The shots definitely made it better. We should do that every episode.
Who do you think who was the most drunk?
Pierre definitely got the most drunk. Yeah, I think that was so funny watching him. Sometimes he was saying things that were so unrelated. We went off topic so many times. That was so funny. But definitely Pierre. Shots.
Oh my God, that was Lena's idea. I think she set us up, to be honest. Because Pierre, oh my God. I think I got away with the most, because watching back the edit, I couldn't believe how many times I said it. It's difficult, but it was good. Yeah, we got twisted.
I'm kind of like self-conflicted in certain topics, in certain areas. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I might say one thing, but I mean the other. But yeah, I think that's progressively throughout each episode. I'll get better at that. I will.
Like when Pierre said that he was a vegan or vegetarian and pescatarian, but we just had Nando's. Like literally just now he had a double chicken wrap. So I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's just fronting, or he's a flexitarian.
Yeah, that was a good topic, even though, like, yeah, I guess I put myself on the line in a way, because obviously there's people out there who don't want to hear that, and Lena stood up for them. But no, it was interesting, and I think it's good to get that information out there so you can make your own decision, and if you're thinking about it, take it seriously, research it, look into Dr. Sabi.
I like the Onlyfans topic. I think that was quite funny because Rockwell started talking about something, because I don't know if we're going to put it in now, right? So I don't know if we're going to blank it, but he did say something quite interesting, and I thought that was so funny because we had to literally pull it out of him, and I thought that was really good.
Lena was trying to draw out Rockwell with the OnlyFans story. I thought that was funny. I was just sitting on the sideline, just waiting to see the outcome. You know what I mean?
I think it's the alcohol as well. That's where the shots come in, because it kind of loosened up, because normally I wouldn't even go into all that. I'm very private, but yeah. It was interesting, to say the least. I tried not to say too much, so you watch it, you tell me.
Phoebe got drunk, right? And so we were talking about lockdown and the confinement, and somehow he started talking about child sex trafficking, Epstein, and all of that kind of stuff. So
that might not make the cut. I know, that's not gonna make the cut. Yo, I got so wavy. I was going off topic so many times. I was slurring my words. I can't even remember what I was saying. You'll see it on the playback.
Karen's then.
Oh, that was so funny when Reese was like, my mom's called Karen. Oh, that was so funny. Is she a Karen? He's not with us today, so I can say that.
Oh, the Karen thing. Oh my God, that was hilarious. My man said, my mom's name's Karen. I was like...
The WAP tune, I think we went nowhere with that. I don't know what we were talking about. No, we made no points. We all agreed to disagree. We didn't agree to disagree, but I don't think the guys were listening to what I was saying. I think they just wanted to say that it was rude. I think it's because they're women. No, I'm joking. Yeah, we just didn't agree on anything. We just had to move on. I still think it's good lyrics, creative, sexually liberating. Liberal. Girl power.
The WAP one, yeah. I get what Lena was saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, in a liberating sense. But I'm still gonna like hold my corner and say I love the tune. I think it's fun as an adult. But yeah, we gotta think about the kids, man. We gotta think about the kids. Kids.
It's not for kids.
But it's not for kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big tune though. It's a big tune. I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
The WAP song, that was funny. Watching Piers, it's good to see someone's reaction who hasn't heard it for the, you know what I mean? So his first time reaction was priceless. It was a good topic. I don't know why Lena said we didn't get anywhere with it. I thought we covered a few good points. Just because, you know, I mean, I know you women want to be like, oh, you can be free, express yourself, it's all good. We're just saying, at a certain time, to the right audience, think about your daughters, think about your sons, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, that's it.
No kidding. Pierre definitely listens to these songs when he goes home. Like he knows, I know once he heard WAP that one time, we saw his reactions and stuff. He went home, he listened to his lyrics, he probably applied them. No, that's it.
That overall. You know what? It was good. It was a good discussion. It was good to catch up. And obviously, we always have these kind of discussions anyway. So to have it on camera is obviously, it's even more jokes.
Comfort. It's way out of my comfort zone. All of this is way out of my comfort zone. But it's interesting.